Glastonbury's been good. We were at the Williams Green yesterday and had a good day, and the gig went well, and then saw Arcade Fire last night, which was pretty amazing. So it's been good. It's just the scale is like ridiculous. So it's about 6 festivals kind of on one side, but it's good. I've played here a few times. We actually did an unsigned thing here years ago, so I've got quite a history with Glastonbury. So yeah, it's good, it's special. Yeah, I think I've just kept writing. I love writing music, and I've just kept doing it. I think I've developed as a songwriter and a performer. When I first started, I just made an album. I'd always wanted to make an album, but I never thought I'd play live. I didn't even think about playing live, so I made this album and then thought, oh God, I've got to actually play some gigs. So that came second, and then I've actually over time really got into playing live as well. So yeah, it's kind of evolved quite a bit, and I've done some film music and trying to explore that more as well. I think it can just affect your phrasing as a vocalist, and just kind of attitude you give your performance. You know, live you've got to kind of communicate maybe more directly, and that can feed into how you record. Not always, you know, you shouldn't necessarily follow that when you record, but it can be good. The writing is quite solo actually. The kind of basic songwriting, you know, the words, the melody, the initial kind of reason for writing comes from, it's quite personal, but then I like to sort of arrange with other people quite early on, and you know, and just like a rhythmic idea that you hadn't thought about that you share with a drummer can completely mutate a song, and that's really amazing actually. I love doing that. So I love working with others. Well, I'm pitching for a film at the moment, and I've done one before, and I sort of see what I've got in my sort of satchel in a way, like tunes that I've got that might work, usually as a starting point, but then also sometimes you just try and create something from nothing and in response to the picture, and it's fun, and it can happen really quickly, you know, like in a few minutes, just an idea, and so the music tends to develop faster than maybe if you're working on an album track over a year or two, and so it's quite magical in a way. Yeah, but you can literally sit at the piano with the picture in front of you and just sort of almost just improvise. You might have something within 5 minutes. Yeah. The newer stuff, I think I wanted to do something that was a bit more ambitious in terms of the arrangements, which partly came from doing this film soundtrack where there were more strings and brass, and so I kind of the arrangements are quite rich and sort of worked on. There's brass, woodwind, female vocals, and so I sort of opened it out a bit more, and I suppose that's the main difference really. And it's all songs, so it's just, my other albums have been a mixture of instrumental songs, but I wanted to do a purely song album. So yeah. Well, I've been through, kind of go through different phases, don't you, a bit of influences. So I was really influenced by Baltic kind of music a few years ago, and then, I don't know, recently I've been more into like listening to the Rolling Stones and stuff like that more. Just, you know, so kind of go between all sorts, but hopefully it all comes through a sort of your own lens. I think when I was a kid it was Bob Dylan. I was really into Dylan and Neil Young and like those kind of guys. But now, no, I think it's quite eclectic. Really. Yeah. What's next? I'm trying to get another film soundtrack, so I've been working on that. I probably can't talk about that yet. But so I've been pitching ideas for a film, and then I'm also doing an album of solo piano. Just piano instrumentals, because I love this piano on its own. So I'm doing that, and then also hopefully do another album of Ralfe Band songs. So I'm trying to get a lot done quickly.